Hello, high achievers. Many people I work with different kind of managers and different kind of um, perspectives of people from different cultures of people, and many often and many times people ask me, what exactly can I do when a coworker steal your credit or your boss blame you for her mistakes, or you are asked to work late, but you really can't miss your plans. You cry at work. You thought you had it in the bag, but you didn't. Your coworker catches you out and about on a mental health day, or someone's spreading a rumor about you. You want to be spontaneous, or you are being left out, or you are perceived as a bossy. It's all about perspective, and it's extremely important as an executive coach and HR for 17 years at Columbia University, and transformational coach and success principle trainer from Canfield Methodology. It's extremely important to address these kind of issues firsthand when they happen. It's extremely important for us to educate ourselves. That's why training is for, that's why coaching is for, peer coaching. And let's address for now. If a coworker steals your credit, the first thing you need to do is to go directly to him and to speak from his shoes, not yours, without blaming, complaining, without putting names in a place, controlling your voice and your behavior. Because in your hand is only your behavior to get your positive response. We call that E plus R equal O. Event, what happened, there is still credit for you. And then your response is going to bring the outcome you wanted. What outcome you wanted when you go before to that coworker to complain about that he stole your credit? It's extremely important to portray yourself, not because our rational brain, we push in fight and flight mood and go to speed out. In that case, first, you break the bridges and burn them. Second, alienate, worst. And third is another party who is going to judge you. Before you go to these steps, go first within yourself and ask questions that what results I need to bring for me, for that coworker to not steal my credit anymore. Go to him to speak his language from his way of being, and you ask a question to him that speak for both. Help me to understand what makes you to do that. If the coworker is a negative person, and we call that poison because some people are like that and they keep doing and doing without giving you a thought, then there is another step that you can call both your boss and him. There are several steps to go before that. If you need more help in detail, I can go on and on with that with you. So, and if your boss blame you for your mistake, for her mistake, is that something that insecurity in there? Because don't forget, your boss have, just like you, another boss front of you, on top of him. So he need deadline to finish. And when he doesn't do, some people are like that. So in that case, to come to that conversation with your boss, to blame you for her mistake, in that case, you go to him and tell to your boss, I really want to help. And here is what I see, because this is your perception, right? And you don't know the other person's perception on the problem. So help me to understand why, what can I do differently, and what hours are not working, or what thing in a project is not working, that come to the point that you blame me. Because blaming you is the result of something is done or is not done. So in that case, it's human that first thing we do, we blame others before ourselves. That's why to teach people the principles of success principles is my job. Thank God I learned that. So in that case, you need to go with the steps that what need to be, and when you speak the fears of your boss, because the boss blame you because of his own fears and insecurities. In that case, come to him and understand both languages, his language and yours, what you want to bring solution, right? So in that case, come with the solution to the boss, and the boss appreciate you even more than tomorrow, trust you more. That's how you build trust with your boss, because in that time, that instead of you to blame and complain for your boss that for her mistakes, shows that you have emotional intelligence developed to deal with problems like that. So in that case, you build bridges with your boss, and the boss also learn from you when you speak from the boss pain. It's extremely important to come to this kind of peer coaching that we can learn from each other. And then we come to the next. You cry at work. Why you cry? It's a trigger something in your psyche, because we cannot think any negative thing or thought before you thought about that. You cry because you think about that as a perceived attack. Then your emotion come in a place, and then you cry. So first, emotional intelligence is not there. I was crying baby, don't worry. That's why I speak from my own experience. Especially women, we have that kind of crying very easy. So in that case, when we cry at work, is something within us is missing. Call me if you need more information on that. You thought you had it in the bag, but you didn't. Here is lack of communication. It's extremely important to go to each and every single detail of that project, or of that paper you put it in, or anything that you thought you're going to get it and you didn't. Why? Because first, it's not only one person in that project. There are many people, many different perspectives, many different opinions, and many different strategy and outcomes for each other. So in that case, to speak the language of everyone, not just me, we, then you come to the place that you understand what it was that caused that next time to not happen again, because we are creatures of habits. And these kind of events, we call that yellow alert. And these kinds of events happen to us continuously, and we are not aware of that. That's why emotional intelligence is a must in time of change. And we go to the sixth. Your coworker catches you out about on a mental health day. So, to come out of the bubbles in the office that we all have, and some people love that, of course, then you need to be in a place that you put the other person in a space to not allow him or her to come to your space. So to have that barrier that here, I totally get you, but here I am. I am coming here for this purpose and purpose only. We can catch up later on. Politely, not rude, and understanding and compassion for the other person in the same time, to give the place where it's the other person and yours. It's extremely important to find that equilibrium between. Then we go to number 7, someone spreading a rumor about you. That is in a blaming and complaining chapter, but we teach that in Success Principles. So when someone spread rumors about you, is that for some reason his psyche is triggered about your action or inaction you did. One, there are many reasons that people can rumor, right? First, there are some people that just love that, and you just acknowledge and laugh. Because if I don't have that kind of rumor, I think that the other person is rumoring about me, I go to the person and with a joke, I tell him that really I'm not that. Because if I cry that the other person is rumoring about me, which people with no emotional intelligence do that, and we are victim, is because we are not going to face, because it's uncomfortable for us to go to the other person and to say what we need to say and how we need to say. So it's extremely important, yellow alerts we call that, it's extremely important to nail it to the time that happened. First, don't let it. And don't blame and complain to the other person, because the other person think from his paradigm, go to the other person. And when go to back to the person who rumor about you, then first, doesn't help anyone. Second, alienate more. And third, you get burnout in workplace with relationship mismanagement. So in that case, it's extremely important to find that kind of, what is it? What are the triggers? What is your input in that? And from there, you can evaluate and have educated decision, not fight and flight. That burn bridges, burn your job, relationship, and everything, not just in a job, everywhere, in a sisterhood and everything, and friendship and everywhere, right? So in that case, you are being left out. That is most of the people who feel that are left out, they have a victim mentality. I grew up in communism time when people and government, because it's dictator, don't let anything touch us. Don't let me to go to school, don't let me to get a job, and don't let me to get married. So to being left out, it was part of the day, every day. The thing is that I was, without knowing success principles object, I was applying that since I was a child, because I don't see myself as a victim first. If someone else, which is not in my hand, is somebody else, right? I cannot teach them. I cannot change their behavior if they are like that. What I can is me. So in that case, me, I don't feel left out, but I see and I show who I am, that people see really what qualities I do have as a person. They come like a bee in them home to me. It's extremely important to know our values. It's extremely important to know our strengths and weaknesses, so we never be a victim of anything. Because in a time of change like that we are going through today, it's extremely important that we need to have that kind of structure in place, emotional intelligence we call, and empathy, and compassion in workplace. We are in this earth together. Nobody's alone. So in that case, why don't we think we? If I see the changes, it's not in my hand. What is in my hand is me, only me. To be happy and to not be a victim, what I described above, is peace of mind only. It's a choice we make. You want to be misery and burn out, or you want to be happy and everybody is next to you, because everybody energy is a flow. Where energy go, attention flow. So in that case, take a look what your intentions are. And when you are perceived bossy, someone told me in LinkedIn, you are perceived bossy, sometime different cultures. We work with multicultural society and co-workers. So some people from different cultures, in the way you speak, your tone, how fast you speak, how rude they perceived you, is because of them looking at you and they compare with them on, and they see that as a bossy. To come to that place that work for everyone in workplace, is extremely important to see how the other person, to observe the other people, how they speak, how they act, what voice tone they use, what body language they use. Then you, when you observe people, then you know how that workplace you are going new, because they don't know you and they perceive you as a bossy. Then you explain yourself with the positivity that, hey, I am from Albania, let's say, and in my country we use hands when we speak. Don't misinterpret me, because that's the way I grew up. Let me know if I go overboard. In that case, people don't perceive you as a bossy because you already told them that. So it's beautiful that we learn from each other from different cultures, and we come to this beautiful place we call USA. Goodbye, and see you next time.